Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Danny Phantom. I don't know why I'm sounding flamboyant right now, but yeah. Today's video, yes, it will be on Danny Phantom. If you haven't seen my other videos on Danny Phantom before, I have made a video on Danny Phantom before, which was like an hour long. But today, this video is going to be talking about Danny Phantom and how powerful he really is. And this is a video on Danny Phantom, A Glitch in Time, which is a new graphic novel of Danny Phantom, which is a new content for Danny Phantom and the content and the continuation of the last episode of the show. So yeah, basically, yes, if y'all wondering, this is indeed canon because on the back of the book is stated that it takes place after the original series, and Gabriella, which is basically the writer, states that is a new chapter in the Danny Phantom saga. Now it does have some minor retcons, but since it is canon, it takes priorly over the original work. And basically, for those who are wondering, like, why is it written by Butch Hartman? Butch Hartman is canon. Well, Butch Hartman, if I didn't know, Butch Hartman lost the rights of Danny Phantom, and Nickelodeon completely owns Danny Phantom, so it doesn't really matter because Nickelodeon has officially published this book, so therefore yes, it is canon. Now, before we get into the book and what happens within the book, let's go over a few things of the basically the entire cosmology of Danny Phantom. So well, actually, no. Before we even start that, because there is some spoilers in the books, we should definitely talk about some things that happen within the show first. So let me just go over that real quickly for y'all. So, the reality gauntlet, if y'all don't know, in one of the episodes with one of the ghosts called Freak Show, Freak Show, they had the reality gauntlet. Now, there is something about the reality gauntlet you guys should know. In the one episode in season 2, episode 19 to 20, Reality Trip, we were introduced to the reality gauntlet. When explaining the powers of the gauntlet, Freak Show states that the gauntlet is at its full power, can control that the all reality means space and time. Because when Freak Show became the ringmaster of all reality, he warped space itself where the events of the episode took place. So Danny literally brought reality, including time, back, which would obviously be on a universal scale, especially going off our time manipulation stuff, which is basically, as it states within the Versus Battle Wiki, that time manipulation is the ability to control time itself, and basically like time travel, precognition, and time is slowing down time, speeding up time, as well as time and space are connected. Yes, time and space are connected, and many users can also manipulate space. So that being said, yes, the reality gauntlet can rewarp reality on a universal scale. Now, what about the ghost zone? Now, there's a feat where when the guys in white basically state that they believe the gauntlet possess enough spatial or spectral power to eradicate ghosts forever.
Know how you envy ghosts.
And we believe this to be an object of enough spectral power to eradicate ghosts forever. Perhaps.
It's important to know that when they say eradicate ghosts forever, it's not just to eradicate all ghosts. It is required to complete destruction of the ghost zone for several reasons. Now, one of the reasons is like the ghost zone is already accepted. It's already accepted to be a infinite 4D structure via statements and shown, right? And it was also directly stated by the creator that ghosts are spread out far and wide across the ghost zone, and Danny hasn't had even scratched its surface. And in this sandbox, in this thing, right, it shows that ghost zone is spatially separated from the normal universe. So yes, in the thing, it's also stated within the novel, the graphic novel, that the Ghost Zone is a separate place than the actual realm, the real world. So yeah, since we know that the Ghost Zone is an infinite 4D structure, yeah, just know that this gauntlet is able to basically eradicate those ghosts. So basically, in conclusion, the gauntlet at full power can control all reality, which includes space and time, and it also allows Freakshow to warp space with a single wave of his hand and allow Danny to change reality back before the events of the episode. But the guys of Wise who possessed enough spectral power to eradicate ghosts forever will require the destruction of the entire Ghost Zone itself, due to it being an endless void of ectoplasm filled with infinite realms, and ghosts being stated to be spread far wide through it by a Hartman, which includes the likes of Clockwork, who has multiple versions of him throughout the timeline, which can act and show up in the different areas of time, along with the existence of the structure of the Ghost Zone, like the River or Revolution, or having a sense with the ectoplasm itself being incapable of creating ghosts, which guys in white have knowledge on, and who has ultimate goals, which is destruction of the Ghost Zone. This will make the reality gauntlet around low multiversal. So now we got that out of the way. I'm probably going to just put the conclusion there, so I can just show the rest. Basically, a reality gauntlet, an item, a ghost item that is able to straight up be like low multiversal. Just imagine the Ring of Fire and the Crown. No, the Ring of Rage and the Crown of Fire. And just imagine that. We have items to be as strong as that. Just remember. Now, we also have the Dark Danny, who passively destroys the timeline. Now, when Dark Danny, or Phantom as he calls himself, got free, we're going into graphic novel territory, so just so you know. So when he got free, he attacked Clockwork and decides to consume him, or basically overshadow him, or just possess him, to gain his power and become unstoppable. He later releases an atomic bomb level energy reading when he actually fused with him, meaning the pure raw power oozing from him. Right. It has these readings and begins to tear a hole in the Ghost Zone itself. Yes, that would eventually cause its destruction, causing it to even implode in itself. It's even stated that the time glitches that they are experiencing due to the unstable fusion of Phantom and Clockwork, and its time apart, it will cause reality to explode. So to back up the effects, we also have on time further. Each time they hit Phantom, the reality gets more unstable. So every time they actually damage this character, every time they hit him, right, reality becomes more unstable. And yeah, that makes like Dark Danny just passively destroying just reality itself. And with it being stated, reality is dissolving because of him. Now this is a 2C environmental destruction feat, basically meaning that yes, Dark Danny, when he fused with Clockwork, he was already a multiversal threat. And basically afterwards, when they defeated Dark Danny and they become unfused, Clockwork fixes the timeline and creates two new ones. As it was stated by Clockwork, that Phantom caused a substantial damage to multiple time streams, confirming basically about Phantom being 2C, and that Clockwork himself will fix it by compressing multiple time streams to stabilize reality. Now he says this will take time, but it only took him a short time because it was in the very next page. He compressed what remained of those two corrupted time streams into two stable timelines for Danny to choose from. So this is blatantly a 2C feat, as they come as they come, and it was done through his energy, just like the Phantom's reality of destruction. So that's a total of 3 2C feats that basically is enough evidence to scale the characters to 2C or just low multiversal, just because of that. So basically, right here, so basically the scaling here being the same as always. Danny basically via statements and showings, despite the Gauntlet's feats and statements and guys and whites basically states that perhaps it might be able to have enough to destroy Danny Phantom. They say exactly perhaps it might be even powerful enough to destroy Danny, right? And despite the Gauntlets being able to, channel all that power without being any issue at compacting energy, basically, Danny obliterate the Gauntlet with those to the destruction, right? He was able to destroy the Gauntlet, so making him like, multiversal in the show. That's crazy. End of season 1 and season 2, and season 1, season 2, and season 3 characters become baseline below multiversal for scaling to Danny above the reality gauntlet, and base Pharaoh scales 10 times baseline for matching 10% ectoskeleton Danny, and for him being more powerful than Clockwork, and who comprised of multiple timelines into 2 stable ones. And ectoskeleton Danny is 100 times more powerful than his base, so he's 100 times in baseline to C. So basically, Danny Phantom will be 100 times stronger than low multiversal. So basically, if you were to say that if he's 100 times stronger, you could get him to at least higher into low multiversal, or he could just straight up be into low multiversal, or no, not even low multiversal. He could just straight up be into just borderline multiversal, just because of it. Just saying, guys. He could just be borderline multiversal just because of it. Now, with that being said, guys, we also could talk about Clockwork as well. Clockwork is interesting because we know Clockwork is like one of the characters that is watching over time and space. He's like controlling everything time and space wise, and we know that he could be even a higher existence due to the fact that time doesn't affect him, space doesn't really affect him. He's just an entity that's like outside of time. And if that is true, you could say that since he's outside of time, you could say that he due to him to be an higher dimensional existence, you could get him to like 4D to 5D, right? You could get him like 4D to 5D. With that being said, he could be 4D to 5D. Since if Clockwork is like 4D to 5D, right? Then that would mean like Farrah Dark will be like drastically stronger than him, like just drastically more powerful than Clockwork. Farrah Dark will be he should be skilled around like around like high, not high, but like he should be skilled like high multiversal to like even higher than that. He get into like high multiversal, it's like 5D, right? If you're like 5 to 6 dimensional. Yeah, if you're 5 to 6 dimensional, you would consider it to be like low 1C, right? Yeah, you'll be like 1 low C. If you're like 5D to 6D, you'll be like low complex multiversal core versus battle wiki, right? And that's the same thing for Clockwork. The Clockwork is like 5D. He would be this strong. He would actually be like low complex multiversal. If he's like low complex multiversal, that would mean that Farrah Dark would be like borderline complex multiversal, if you were to say that, because he's like more powerful than him. Like he's like straight up more powerful than him because he's like omnipotent with the Ring of Fire and all that basically. So yeah, if y'all want to say that, sure. If y'all want to go to 4D, then I guess Fair or Dark will be like 5D. So you'll be still like low complex multiverse. So either way, and then with the ectoplasmic suit, he should be scaled to Fair or Dark. So yeah, just saying that all ghosts are abstract existence. Now let me explain this one. Because in the book, they explain where ghosts originate from and the source of all ghost energy. So basically, we know that it was stated that ghosts are stated to be the manifestation of ectoplasmic energy and post-human consciousness. Right? It was even stated by Maddie Fenton, which is Danny's mom, that ghosts are manifestations of ectoplasmic energy and consciousness.
Off our duly elected leader, you odd manifestation of ectoplasmic energy and post-human consciousness.
But there's also the fact that it was explained within the novel that the ghost, but the universe, it was split and spirits was ripped from the earth. Each being's energies, wrath, love, fear, sadness, all that of the physical world was not whole and was sent into the spirit realm, which is basically the ghost zone. So yeah, but it was also stated that earth without spirit lacks life, and spirit without earthly tethers lose sight of the truth and find themselves into the abyss. Now, when the team explained what that means, they realized ghosts aren't simply separate entities, but there are the manifestations of real human emotions, and that the abyss is referring that the ghosts will exist forever. If they lose their emotions that the humanity gave them, they will become less human, which is why Tucker states that some ghosts seems more human than others. They even state that every ghost that they fight try to mimic for a reason, for a specific emotion. They list Amber, McLean, Desiree, I think, yeah, that's how you say it, Desiree, and Spectra. This is tied to their power, and they all needed Danny to feel emotion to get his powers back. And Sam says that it takes further by figuring out what his emotional drive is, even describing it as an ultimate power in the same scan, y'all see. So basically, yes, ghosts are the manifestation of human emotions, and basically like Amber, y'all know Amber, you will remember, whatever y'all know. So basically, Amber, the rock star ghost, basically gets more powerful the more she gets attention from the humans. Desiree gets more powerful from the happiness she gets from granting wishes. And Spectra just takes off the human angst. Basically, she just feeds off human angst. So they just get more powerful with these emotions. This is the same thing that goes with Danny Phantom as well. He gets more powerful with his emotional drive. Basically, that's how it works. They just get more powerful on an emotional drive. And it was also because this is how Danny lost his drive, that because his powers are weakened, and to get it back, he has to get a new drive. So basically, his old drive is that he was protecting, humanity and everybody. He wants to protect everyone. But since the world is basically saved, he has no purpose. So he has to find a new purpose in order to get his powers back. That's how it works. Now, Vlad previously called this power a primordial duel. I don't know that's how you say it. It's a like an old ancient ecto energy source that predates even the ghost zone itself, and it is the source of all ghost energy. And during his fight with Phantom or basically Dark Danny, Vlad could only briefly match him, and he was about to be overpowered. But once he discovered his new emotional drive, he completely overwhelmed Dark Danny. This is what Dark Danny he is basically fused with Clockwork, basically. So not only that, Vlad Plasmy also scales to Danny, Dark Danny. That will also make him low multiversal. Just saying. Now, well, there's all this information. We can conclude that all the ghosts, basically, including Danny and Vlad, are qualified for abstract existence type 2 because they are the manifestations of primal energy of emotions that is the source of all ghost energy. And basically, the ghost energy itself, you could say that it also grants them like conceptual level of attacks as well. So yeah, just keep that in mind if y'all want to use that for debates. So basically, type 2 will mean that since they embody an abstract, in abstraction, they can be resurrected or regenerate indefinitely thanks to it. And by destroying the abstraction is required to permanently kill these characters, but they will still be affected by directly altering it. So basically, yeah, they are basically have some kind of immortality as well. So basically they have abstract existence. They will always regenerate it, definitely thanks to it. So yeah, Danny's kind of OP, guys. Danny is OP. So basically, in conclusion, we can have Danny. Danny is basically multiversal or multiversal. He can be higher due to Clockwork's basically a higher dimensional existence. Is legit. The cosmology is 2C, and basically, y'all know that all ghosts gain abstract existence. So yes, you could say that Danny is like one of the most powerful characters in cartoon history. So yeah, please respect Danny Phantom, please, because like honestly, I don't know where y'all getting this from. Like, oh, he can't beat Goku. I'm pretty sure with all of this scaling, yes, he could defeat Goku. Can he defeat Ichigo though? Oh yeah, we're gonna do a video of that. Let's do that. Danny Phantom versus Ichigo. We're gonna do that. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the video here. Danny Phantom is more powerful than you think. Please respect him, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a nice day. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.